So welcome again to the SurvivalWorks blog. Today we're going to be looking at rope making, working with fiber from natural materials. If you've watched some of the friction fire clips from before and you look close, you may see a piece of polycord, which is sometimes called paracord. Basically, you're not going to make this out here in the wilderness unless you have access to deep earth digging machines, petrochemicals, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not a purist. I will use what's available, whether it be my shoelace or a bungee cord. Yes, it can be done, but it's very dangerous. I don't recommend it. All kinds of stuff. But basically, something as simple as a piece of rope, I think in the modern world is taken for granted a lot. Go down a little bit further, and even the fibers of the clothes that I'm wearing, they're plant fibers. So how do you replace this? How do you make a fire with a bow drill in the woods if you didn't start with a piece of rope? Or for that matter, how do you just lash something together? Where does it come from? So we have a lot of options out here. We have the big categories being plants, and that can be in the form of perennials, like you kind of see all around me here, or the trees above and the bark from those. And then of course there's animal world and the stuff that comes from there. The sinew and the intestines and stuff. So today I'm just going to focus on one plant in particular that grows in my area. This is called dogbane. You will often see it growing in stands like this. Just kind of, you can plant your own if you want, but this isn't really how it'll grow. So something like that. You'll see nice little stands growing. It has this kind of very distinctive sort of bean pod shape to that. This time of year, the seeds are ready to be dispersed. This plant is a perennial, so basically it lives in its roots, and in the wintertime, or in the fall, this dies back, so cutting this off is really just like a haircut for the plant, so you can harvest this sustainably without hurting the plant itself. So let's just get to it. How do you make a piece of rope strong enough for a friction fire out of this? Basically, we need to do a little bit of processing. What I'm doing here is actually crushing the stalk. It's kind of like a straw, it's hollow, so I just literally broke it by squeezing it down. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and do that same motion again, crushing it like that. Probably doesn't look much different just yet, but what that's allowed me to do is to peel into this like so and open it up. So you can probably see the difference in the color there, and really I have actually quartered this, so you can see the 4 kind of segments there. But I haven't broke it this way, I've actually just cracked it longitudinally. So there we go. Now we're going to basically crack it again, this time this way, and I need to remove the wood from the fiber. And there's a key distinction between removing the wood from the fiber or the fiber from the wood. If I just start peeling this down, you can see the fibers there, but they're going to pull off in short segments. So basically, I'm actually going to put this back into this angle and just slide my hand down and remove the wood chunks. The wood chunks don't have much in form of strength. They're the structure, the fiber is the strength. So same thing again, I don't want to peel the fiber. I actually want to keep the fiber in its plane that it grew in, and I'm just simply sliding my hands between the stalk, and what I end up with is this, which is very, very strong fiber. Yes, some of you think you're stronger than me, and you are, but this plant is very, very strong, rot resistant. So if you want to get a little closer here on this, what you'll see is there's a couple colors going on. There's this cinnamon color on the outside, which again you can see from the original plant. It's the outer bark, that cinnamon color. On the inside, there's this kind of lighter creamy color. So what I need to do is get that outside off. I call that the chafe. So basically, a couple ways to get it off, but I just pinch here, here, rub it together, maybe do a little bit of this action. And basically, I'm convincing the fibers that they want to get softer, helping them. I might take my thumb and just strim like this, basically processing these fibers down into their softer versions. And in a second, oh, lots of ways you can do that, but I'm doing the down and dirty here. So if you want to get a little close again and check that out, you can see where there's still some in there, and I'm not worried about getting everything out of there. I just want to get it to where it rolls nicely. Do you see all those little individual fibers now coming out of there? There we go, look at that. So that's what we were looking for, is to just get those fibers. But now, to make them stronger, we're actually going to twist them. And if I just did this and twisted them, that is already much stronger than when I started. But what I want them to do is to stay twisted. So this is called reverse wrap or cordage. And you're just going to have to practice, because it does take a little bit to get it. But you're going to start with a something like this, pinch it about in the middle, and if you're right-handed, you're just going to start spinning this one away from you. So I just put it on my thumb and roll it. Put it on my thumb and roll it like that. When I'm first starting, I just roll it until it gets so tight that it kinks in on itself. And I'll just kind of exaggerate that to show you what I mean. It's going to roll in on itself, just like that. Doesn't look like much, but I grab that, and now I have a little tiny starting point that I hold on to. If you look at it as a top and a bottom, you're primarily working with the top. So roll the top away from you, grab the bottom, and do a little half turn. Away, half turn, away, half turn. I'll slow that down for you. We're just going to go away, grab the bottom, half turn. And each time I do that, this hand, which is just holding, just kind of keeps moving down, chomps down on it. So I twist it away from me, I spin it towards me, and I grab. So just watch where the bottom one goes. The bottom one becomes the top, right? Spin it away, grab the bottom comes up from behind. Away, up, and you notice how these fingers are very close. This hand is not down here. I would end up with very loose fiber. So away, grab, turn. And what I'm making is this. This is cordage, and this is a piece that I finished a little bit earlier. A little bit darker in color because this was gathered in the fall. Hasn't been sun bleached yet. This stuff is a little bit older. But basically, not only can you do your friction cords, but you can also do necklaces, bracelets, you know, parts for traps and stuff. So that's it. You're going to keep practicing, you know, and you'll get faster, and it'll get easier. When you want to finish it, you're simply going to tie an overhand knot, and it'll keep it from coming unraveled. And there you go. That's Cordage 101. So thanks again for joining us here at SurvivalWorks, and we'll see you again soon.